Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I want to make a video on how to back up your computer, as it is a topic that is most overlooked by a lot of people. Hard drives might fail, virus, or even a Windows update that makes drivers causing issues for the system to boot up. So these are the situations where a backup comes very handy. So I'll be going over the things that you need and the software that you can use. So like and subscribe and enjoy this video. Let's get to it.
As you can see, I have my main C drive and I have an internal second drive which I've labeled as backup. As this is just a beginner video, I will not be going into things like setting up a separate server or specialized software. Um, if this is something you guys would like to see in the future, then let me know in the comments below if you want a video on setting up a NAS or offsite backup server. And I'll put together a video of how to accomplish that in the most cost-effective and efficient way. For this video, I would like to point out a few things you will need. Like I mentioned, a second hard drive. It could even be an external hard drive. Um, and it has to be separate from your main hard drive. It can't just be a partition. It has to be a physical drive. And speaking of the second hard drive, I do want to mention that the second drive should be at least twice the size of your main hard drive. As you can see, I've got a 500 gig main drive, but my backup drive is almost a terabyte. This allows the backup software to have enough space to create multiple backups sets and not run out of space. The software I will be using is called Macrium Reflect. This is the free version. Um, backup definition. If I go and edit, this is the kind of schedules that I have. So I have a full running once a month and then a differential every Saturday of every week. That gives me at least a week of differential backups so that I can go back to it, plus about 1 month backup of the entire system so that if the hard drive fails, I can recover from the backup, which is at least a month old. I should have at least have everything that I need on the main full backup, and any files that I might deleted would be on the differential. So let me show you what my backup file looks like. So this is the backup file. And if you double click the backup file, it will mount. You can select the partition that you want to mount. In this case, I want to mount my C drive. And what it does is it creates a assigns it a drive letter so that you can actually browse through your files as if it's a separate drive attached to your system that you can go and select any files that you need. But you'll say, what about viruses or hard drive failures? Um, that kind of catastrophic stuff, you can't just browse files and uh, copy everything into a drive. Um, it gets a little more complicated than that. And uh, what the backup software allows you to do is it allows you to create, like it says here, it creates a bootable rescue media. It could be a CD drive, or it could even be a USB drive that you plug in, and you can use your BIOS to boot into the USB rescue media. And what that allows you to do is, in case of hard drive failures or um, hardware issues or viruses, it allows you to um, format and delete everything on your main drive and use your backup media or backup file to restore the entire contents of your main drive as if it was just the way it was at the time of the last backup. So in case of hard drive failure, you will need to buy and replace your main hard drive with a new one and follow the same rescue steps to rescue from the backup file, something like this one, and then it'll use that as the new destination drive.
In order to perform the recovery process in case of a hard drive failure, you will need to replace the hard drive with a new one. My machine has a back panel that I can easily access all the hard drives. So I'm going to open it up. Disconnect the hard drive that is dead. And plug in the new hard drive. And since we have to replace the old and the new, we'll let the process finish and then we will actually slide it into the holder later on. First we'll finish up the recovery process. So once you have your rescue media USB ready, plug it in and we will use the BIOS to boot into this USB. Now on my machine I can press the F8, press and hold the F8 to get to the boot list. And as you can see, I have different options available. Windows Boot Manager, but I'll be using the UFI, the key that I use, and we'll boot into that. And from here we can browse for an image. If you remember, I had a single file on my backup drive, so I'm going to look for that. My backup drive, the backup folder. I'm going to pick the bigger one. That's the full. So what this allows me to do is the backup image that I have, I can use that to recover all the information from the full backup onto this new hard drive that I just plugged in. And it will overwrite all the contents on the hard drive with the copy of the image. So let's go ahead and restore the image onto this. So the source, and that's the destination. As you can see, the sizes are similar. Let's go ahead and click next and then finish. This process is gonna take, depending on the size of your hard drive and the data on it, it could take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. So once the recovery is complete, go ahead and reboot the machine and let's see if the hard drive has the contents that we need. Before you do that, unplug the USB rescue media so that it will boot directly onto your hard drive. And there you have it. The Windows machine is back up and running. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. and it must have helped you create your own backup strategy. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys around next time.